The wind howled through the skeletal trees, rattling the loose window panes of the old house. Thomas adjusted the microphone in front of him, cleared his throat, and pressed record. Thomas Graves had always sought the truth behind the supernatural, and tonight was no different. The infamous Holloway House stood before him, its silhouette jagged against the moonlit sky. Locals spoke of it in hushed tones, claiming the house was alive, that it watched, that it waited. He intended to find out if the rumors were true. The floorboards groaned beneath his weight as he moved deeper into the house, his flashlight casting long, unnatural shadows along the peeling wallpaper. The air was thick with dust and something else, something metallic, almost like rusted iron. Or blood. The living room stood frozen in time, furniture draped in white sheets, as if the owners had vanished in an instant. A faint sound echoed from the far corner of the room, a tap, then another. He turned, scanning the darkness, but the house remained still. And yet, he felt watched. Pressing on, he climbed the staircase, each step protesting beneath him. The upper floor held a suffocating weight, as though the air itself had thickened. Doors stood ajar along the hallway, darkened interiors gaping like silent mouths. It was here that past residents claimed to hear whispers, see shadows at the foot of their beds. He moved cautiously, the sensation of unseen eyes never leaving him. A whisper slithered through the hall, faint yet unmistakable. He turned sharply, heart hammering, but nothing stood behind him. The sound came again, closer this time, shaping a single word, an invitation or perhaps a warning. A door at the end of the hallway creaked open, slow and deliberate. Not a sudden jolt, not an angry force, just an agonizing beckon, as if something inside was waiting. Every instinct urged him to turn back. Instead, he stepped forward. Inside the room, only a single chair stood in the center, facing the wall. The air had shifted, pressing in around him, thick with something unseen. He reached out hesitantly, fingers grazing the chair's backrest. The whisper returned, urgent now, its tone shifting. A sudden gust of frigid air blasted through the room. The recorder slipped from his grasp as the whisper grew into a chorus. 1,000 voices rising in an ear-splitting crescendo. The walls trembled, shadows stretched unnaturally, and from the depths of the darkness, figures began to emerge, their hollow eyes fixed upon him. The door slammed shut. He lunged for it, yanking at the knob, but it refused to budge. The whispers reached a fever pitch, no longer a warning, but a sentence. He had stayed too long. Then the door burst open. Thomas stumbled into the hallway, gasping for breath. When he turned back, the room was empty. The chair was gone. He fled, racing down the stairs and out into the night. Only when he reached his car did he dare to stop. His hands trembled as he grabbed the recorder, still running. He pressed play, footsteps, the whispers, his own breathing, ragged and panicked. But beneath it all, something else. A voice that did not belong to him, low, guttural, laughing. Then a single word, tomorrow. Thomas never returned to Holloway House, but the next night, just as he lay in bed, the recorder, shut off and untouched, crackled to life. That same voice, tomorrow, and then silence.